All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome. I'm not sure what happened. I don't know if you guys actually saw the usual video intro we have. It did not play on my end. I'm not sure why that is. Uh, can you guys see? Can you hear me? It did play. Okay. That's odd. For some reason, it didn't play on my end, so I was just wanting to make sure that we're all good here. So you guys can see me and hear me. Okay. Audio is a little garbled. Okay. I'm not sure why that is, but anyway, welcome. Once again, it is Friday night. It is 7 p.m., and that can only mean one thing: time for our weekly hour live stream. Uh, did you plug in the Ethernet? Yes, the Ethernet is plugged in and working. Uh, let's see. Let me try something here. I mean, can you guys hear me at all? Let's see. I'm trying to listen to myself play back and see if I can hear myself good. Let's see. I'm trying to listen to myself play back and see if I can hear myself good. Oh yeah, I hear myself just fine. So okay, yeah, I'm not sure what went on there, but anyway, uh, got a few things in store for you guys this week. No, Mark, not a 2 hour live stream. Definitely not. Nope. Not gonna happen. Now, if we get somebody from one of the museums or something on, that may be a possibility. But speaking of which, Buffalo, our friends at the Buffalo Naval Park are premiering a new video right now as we are live. So those of you who are here hanging out with me tonight, as soon as we're done here, be sure to hop on over to the Buffalo Naval Park's YouTube channel and watch the new video that they have out. So, without further ado, going to get into our topics for tonight. Got a couple of news items for you guys, and then we're going to look at an older Titanic game. So let's see. Let's fire up this right here. There we go. So you're probably wondering what this ship is right here. This is a Japanese destroyer. Have you guys been watching any of the Nautilus, EV Nautilus? They've been discovering a lot of old wrecks from World War II in the past couple of weeks. One of which was the bow of the USS New Orleans. I don't remember if we covered it last week, but we've talked about the New Orleans a lot on the channel here in the past. The bow of the 150th section of the bow, essentially from the top of the second turret, or excuse me, right just forward of the second forward turret, all the way to the prow. The 150-foot section of the ship was blown off in a torpedo attack. Ship did not sink. She sailed backwards with like a bamboo log bow, makeshift bow. Was repaired, went back into battle, but the bow, the part that was blown off, has always stayed there at the bottom. They discovered it last week, so of course I had to go and watch that. But anyway, this is a Japanese destroyer, and this was recently discovered by that same research group. So that's what this ship is. And, so I'll read you guys the article. The privately held research vessel model has discovered the wreck of World War II Japanese Navy Teruzuki, which was torpedoed and sunk by a PT boat off the canal. Aged from game. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with my audio, guys. Um, I do apologize. I'm not sure what's happening. Everything is set up the same as usual. Let's see. Let me try something here. All right. Okay. How about now? Are you guys able to hear me now? Let's see. Yeah, I can hear myself uh, on the live stream, just watching as a viewer on YouTube. Okay, you guys can hear me now. Does it sound better now? No, I don't think it does. Hmm. No, I don't think it does. Hmm. I'm not sure, guys. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I've got the volume all the way muted. I put it up on my phone so I could hear myself to hear how it sound. Um, hang on, let me see. H forgot I'm just tuning in, so this destroyer was found. Yes. Let me see something here. All right. Let's see. Okay. May just have to deal with this, guys. I'm not sure. I mean, everything is set up the same way I do it every week. I mean, everything looks good. I'm not sure what's different. Okay. I'm gonna go on, guys. I apologize if it runs into some difficulties tonight. No, Matt, I do not have anything running in the background. Everything is set up exactly the way I always set it up. So anyway, I'm gonna start this article again. Um, Teruzuki was a 2,700-ton destroyer, the second of a class designed and built for the Imperial Japanese Navy in the opening years of the war. She was delivered on August 31st, 1942, and survived for 2.5 months. She first saw action during the Battle of Santa Cruz Islands that October, then joined a Japanese task force to attack U.S. forces at Henderson Field on Guadalcanal. The first attempt at this mission began on November 12th. It was thwarted by U.S. forces in a fierce and costly nighttime battle. In the exchange of fire, Teruzuki managed to cripple the destroyer USS Starrett and may have contributed to the sinkings of the destroyers USS Monson and USS Laughing. It goes on for a little bit. I'm going to skip on down a little bit. On December 11th, she returned to Guadalcanal as part of a resupply task force with four other destroyers. Their mission was to drop off floating drums of supplies for the Japanese troops pinned down on the island. After the food drums were dropped off and Terazuki was headed for home, she was attacked by several U.S. Navy boats and took two torpedo hits. The damage left her disabled and ablaze, and after 3 hours, The fire likely set off a depth charge magazine. The resulting explosion blew off her stern and caused her to rapidly sink. Excuse me. Luckily for her crew, Teruzuki was close enough to Guadalcanal that 156 of her sailors were able to swim ashore. All all but nine personnel survived the sinking. This month proved the exploration trust Nautilus discovered the final resting place of Teruzuki in Iron Bottom Sound, an infamous stretch of water off Guadalcanal that saw repeated and deadly fighting during the war. Nautilus crew first picked up the wreck site using an unmanned surface vessel conducting a sonar survey. We don't know what it was. It hadn't happened, or excuse me, it hadn't been identified before. Survey expert Dr. Larry Mayer of the University of New Hampshire told Newsweek. Many more finds may be coming. Only a dozen World War II wrecks in the Sound have been identified, but Mayer believes that there could be as many as 100 in total, enough to keep the search going for many years to come. So that is the latest one that they have discovered. Like I said, they found the bow of the New Orleans last week. Uh, been finding I forget all the other ones that they found. I've been trying to keep track of all of them, but there's just been that many. So anyway, age forgot. Let's see. We need to pause tonight to remember Commodore Everett. We lost him today. He was the glue that held the Queen Mary together. Uh, Please, no one hate on her today. I know we are emotional over the big U. Um, I did see this on museum ships because somebody posted it there. Um, I I did not know of this gentleman until today. Um, but I'll just say that I'm sorry to hear about his passing, and uh, I wish his family and friends all the best right now. Let's see, uh, buddy. Sorry, wait, no worries, buddy. Welcome. Glad to have you with us tonight, and we're going to move on over to our next topic. Well, actually, before we do that, I wanted to catch you guys up to speed with something real quick. Uh, so this right here is a audiobook I've been reading. Escape from the Deep: The Story of Courage and Survival During World War II. This book is about the USS Tang, which was in terms of uh, ships and tonnage sunk, was the most successful submarine of World War II. And there is a USS Tang experience at the National World War II Museum, where you go into a room and it's like a simulation of what that final battle she was involved in was like. So I'm over halfway through with that right now, and this has been a fantastic book so far. Like I said, there is an audio book for it. If you want a good book about another World War II vessel, I highly recommend this book right here. Okay, so having said that, uh, you guys saw the thumbnail for tonight, undoubtedly. So we are going to get into that right now. Here we go. This looks undoubtedly familiar to anyone who follows, the Titanic, the Olympians, the Olympic class. They are on the shelf this week. So, some news broke out involving Titanic 2, and not that horrible movie featuring the Queen Mary, uh, on Monday. So, I'm going to read this article to you guys. So, here we go. After more than a decade of rumors, it looks like the Titanic may sail again. or more accurately, a modern day replica of the famed RMS Titanic, once called the unsinkable ship before its ill fated meeting with an iceberg in 1912. Titanic 2, the project of Australian mining magnate Clive Palmer, is officially on the books to set sail from Southampton, England in June 2027, nearly 115 years after the original liner did the same. We are very pleased to announce that after unforeseen global delays, we have re-engaged partners to bring the dream of Titanic 2 to life, Palmer said in a statement. The announcement was confirmed by Blue Star Line, the company Palmer oversees that is managing the project. The new vessel plans to recreate the iconic Titanic's appearance, from its grand interiors to class-based accommodation that millions have grown to recognize following James Cameron's recreation of the ship for his blockbuster movie. However, this new vessel will meet modern safety standards, including an extra deck solely dedicated to lifeboats and improved visibility from the bow of the ship. Palmer announced his dreams to recreate the Titanic with a happy ending back in 2012. Construction was originally set to begin in 2024, but the project has faced multiple delays, including financial setbacks in the pandemic. Although Palmer visited Harland and Wolff, the original builders of the first Titanic, the shipyard has not been contracted to build the new version. Now, Blue Star Line says it will set sail in 2027 despite lacking a shipbuilder. In fact, Blue Star Line is seeking proposals from shipbuilders who may be interested in taking on this lofty endeavor. It goes on a little bit more, but you kind of get the gist of it there. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and catch up on comments and see what you guys are saying. Uh, yeah, that dude is so full of crap, his eyes are brown. Age forgotten. They've been doing this for years, never follow through. Mark, yeah, probably will never happen. Age forgotten, yeah, and it's so propaganda. Mark, you never, buddy, Mark, you never know. It might happen. Who knows? Age forgotten to be continued. Um, we have talked about this in the past. The only reason I bring it up again is because of the fact that it just recently made the news again. I'm gonna leave you going while I suit up to feed my stray cat. Well, that's pretty cool. Feeding the cat, that's always a good thing. So I'm curious, well, though I kind of have an idea already of what you guys' thoughts are on this. But anyway, let's see. What are you guys what are you guys thinking? Do you really think it's going to happen? And would you sail on Titanic 2 if it were to happen? All right, 'cause I'm trying to find something real quick here. Just bear with me. Let's see. All right, let's see. Okay, so we're gonna watch this for a little bit while we have this discussion. Let's see. Uh, Skip says depends on the price. Skip, a few minutes ago, and you can go back and watch this after we're done. Go to about the 15-minute mark or so. Well, probably no. Go to about the 10-minute mark. I recommended a submarine book about the USS Tang. I think I've mentioned it before, but if I haven't, go back and check that out. I know you're a big submarine guy, and I think you would find that very interesting. And yes, there is an audiobook available. Uh, Karen says no, she would not sail on Titanic 2. Matt, the tickets to sail would probably be outrageous, so no. Buddy, maybe, and if no, and know if it completes its voyage, I might. Mark, if I was rich, I'd definitely go on it, but I'm poor right now. I feel your pain, Mark. I feel your pain. Age, it would be outrageous pricing. Uh, Matt says that you have a stray cat. Skip, love the thing. Thanks. Max, welcome. Welcome to the show. So we are talking about Titanic 2, not the horrible movie that has the Queen Mary in it. The Ozzy, welcome. So we were talking about the Titanic 2, not the horrible movie that the Queen Mary was in, but the actual Titanic 2 that Australian billionaire Clive Palmer uh, has been for over a decade now saying that he was going to build. And we're mentioning it again because it's in the news. He says the ship is going to set sail from Southampton in 2027. Um, I have my doubts about that, but to answer my own question, would I sail on Titanic 2? Um, my answer would be it depends. So there's a lot of variables that play into that. I would say if I could afford it, um, sure, why not? I've sailed on a ship that is comparable to size in Titanic. When I went on my cruise last year, the Carnival Spirit was the ship we went on, which is not a large ship compared to some of the more modern ships, but it's a bit larger than Titanic was. So I would feel safe being on a ship the size of Titanic. Ozzy, will Titanic 2 have an alcohol and potatoes room? Well, I don't know if they would have rooms dedicated to both of those things, but I'm sure they would be things that are available on the ship. I mean, you can't go on any modern cruise ship and not find some sort of dish that would have potatoes in it. And every ship, even as we learned a few weeks ago, even the Disney cruise ships, they have bars where they serve alcohol. So yeah, I think you will not have a problem finding any of those items on Titanic 2. Matt, I'm still calling it the Spud Locker. Yeah. So it would probably depend on price. That's mainly what it would come down to. Skip, well, I run the radio room. Yes, we need spirits. Well, I don't think we would have a Marconi room like the original Titanic had, unless it was like something that was just for show. I mean, obviously, modern radar, modern communications, that's what's going to be on the ship. Uh, Very expensive, right? Karen, I said no, but for me to get on, I would need a lot of spirits. Buddy, if my fictional ships were sailing today, I would have the Titanic Olympic design. Yeah. So, and that's the thing. Um, they can try and let's live in fantasy land for a minute. Let's say he makes this happen. You can try your best to make it as look aesthetically as close to the real original Titanic as possible. But as you guys know, if you made a 100% replica of Titanic with all the nice woodworking and the original hull, riveted hull, and all that, that ship would not be allowed to sail today because it would be deemed not seaworthy. So you can't make a 100% replica of the ship, unless you were doing, if you've ever seen, and I've been there, like pictures of the Titanic Museum in Branson, Missouri, and Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. That would be the closest thing you could do to get an exact replica of the ship. It would be something that's on land that you would never, it would never be able to sail or get in the water or move. So even this, I mean, it would look like Titanic, but nothing will ever truly be like Titanic again. That's my thoughts on it. Again, probably still wouldn't stop me from sailing on it, especially if they're going to do the original route. They go assuming they go the original route, they go from Southampton, they go to Cherbourg, they go to Queenstown. Well, I forget what Queenstown is called today. It's not Queenstown anymore. If anybody knows what Queenstown is called today, put it in the chat. But yeah, from Queenstown across the Atlantic. I don't know. I think that would be interesting. So let me see if anybody knows what Queenstown is known as today, because I really don't know. I'm having a memory lapse here. Maybe I'll just look it up. Let's see. What is Queenstown called now? No, not that Queenstown. What is Queenstown, Ireland called? What is Queenstown, Ireland called now? Cove. I guess that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, you got it, Mark. Um, that's it right there. Cove. I'm guessing that's how you pronounce it. I'm not entirely sure. COHB. Cove. Buddy, hopefully they have night vision binoculars. Well, in today's modern age, there is no need for lookouts on the crow's nest. That's a long gone thing of the past between the radar and GPS. Um, you don't. There's no need for lookouts anymore. You guys enjoying this little footage of Olympic? We haven't looked at this in a while. Uh, that's a question. So let's take Titanic 2 out of the equation. You could go back in time and sail on any ocean liner. You can only pick one. What would be your choice? I think I already know Mark. It would probably be Olympic. Age forgotten. Love me some Olympic. Mark, yes, yay. Olympic. Absolutely. We love our Olympic here. Is this the footage that was made in Simple Planes? Yes, it is. Skip says he would go on Mauritania. That's a solid choice. Of course, I'm going to say Olympic. I know Mark's going to say Olympic. Buddy, here's a joke, guys. I lost the keys to the car Olympic is carrying. Man, I wouldn't sail on Titanic. We know how that ended. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing to remember: not everyone who sailed on Titanic got stuck in a lifeboat. Remember, she sailed from Southampton to Cherbourg, and then from Cherbourg to Queenstown before she took off to head to New York. So, if we're talking about the Titanic voyage from Southampton to Cherbourg or Cherbourg to Queenstown, oh yeah, I absolutely would go if we're talking just that, for Titanic. Same for Lusitania. If I would never go on the last voyage, obviously, but other than that, would I have sailed on Lusitania? Well, of course. So we are going to spend the last half, guys, looking at something else here. Uh, We haven't looked at this in a long time, so bear with me a minute while I bring this up. No Normandy takers? Nobody would sail on Normandy? What about any of the Imperator's? Any takers on the Imperator? All right, let's see. Yeah, here we go. Ah, Mark says Majestic. Yep, Majestic was the favorite of mine when it comes to the Imperator. She was the best looking one in my opinion. Karen agrees with me. Excellent. Cool. Let's see. So we haven't looked at this in a long time, guys. I thought we would just kind of explore Titanic in a different game. Let's see. In this mode, you can experience what it was like on the Titanic when it sank. Now, we're not going to look at the sinking. We are going to explore the ship in this mode. So, people who did this game have done various games. They have got Lusitania sinking simulation. They have a Britannic sinking simulation. Oh, Echo, hang on. Let's see. Okay. How about now? I may have to turn the game audio off. Okay. Okay, good. So it stopped. I think you're good. Okay, good. So yeah, we're gonna just kind of walk around the ship and look at this. Now, this is clearly not honor and glory type quality here, but this is actually not a bad rendition of the ship. I'd love to see many old ocean liners rebuilt. Speaking of old ocean liners and not rebuilt, but did you guys watch the new SS United States footage that came out today? Eric, welcome, Eric. That freaked me out, especially since I'm in the middle of reconfiguring my audio servers on all my computers. Yeah, I have had some strange issues tonight, guys. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. I mean, everything is exact set up to the T, how I always set everything up. So I have to take a look at it before next week's stream to find see if I can figure out why we're having trouble this week. Max, yep, great footage. Yes, I know. Max has been to the SS United States in Mobile. Matt visited the SS United States for the first time last weekend, so he is now seeing it in person. You need to upload your SS United States video soon. Yeah, I was amazed at the sheer size of it. Absolutely. Yep, she's a big girl. All right, here we go. So let's go walk down the promenade deck. And as you can see, like I explained, this isn't quite as nice as Honor and Glory, but if you want like a cheap game where you can get a somewhat a simulation of the sinking, this game does provide that. However, the problem with it is it's sped up. It's a 30-minute version of the sinking, so there's no way you can get the whole thing accurate in 30 minutes. Age forgotten the memories. The visitors put there was really tugging at my heart. It's amazing since the toe How many people have really been finding out about her? I've been trying to make sure people stay civil since. Good luck with that. Uh, since Facebook is becoming so hated, I avoid Facebook for the most part. I am not active really on Facebook. I'm hardly active on really all social media right now. Facebook, I read Facebook a lot. Um, I mostly look at I don't look at anything really, like, dedicated to the SS United States, to be honest with you guys, because of, all the foolishness, surrounding it. Oh, this ladder doesn't belong here. They put this, so you could get up, quickly from A deck to B deck, but that ladder this ladder did not really exist on the show. I only look like very few things on Facebook, mostly obituary. Yikes. We forgot good choice. I've been loving the block button. See, I look at museum ships. Um, that's one of the ones that I look at. That buddy, a pool ladder. Yeah, essentially that's what that thing looks like. But yeah, I look at museum ships. I look at a few others, um, but I don't really participate in any of them. Trying to think which, like, every now and then I'll participate in museum ships, and that's really about it. Uh, the block button mainly staying with the conservancy pages and Perdido Queen. I do follow the Queen Mary and museum ships. That's how I found out about the Commodore today. Skip to this game is cool. Yeah, and it's relatively cheap. And like I said, you can they have a 30-minute simulation of the sinking. So, obviously it's not entirely accurate in 30 minutes, but it looks really good at night. I'll say that. I find that it's not exactly accurate how things would have looked at night, but it looks pretty good. So let's go look inside, and you guys can see where can I play this game. If it's on Steam, I can't play it. I'm sorry, buddy. This game is only available on Steam. We're not going to sink here tonight, Skip, but I have done the sinking on the channel in the past. If you go and look for uh, Titanic: Fall of a Legend in past live streams, you can watch one of the replays in there. But you don't have Steam. Well, that's unfortunate, buddy. But I'm sorry. This is only available on Steam, and you can see it's almost like, I don't know, like PS2 graphics or something here. You don't even have the hallways leading up to the officers' quarters, or you do have Honor and Glory, but you know it doesn't keep track of your time the way it looks like a Roblox Titanic. I don't do Roblox. I looked at it a couple of times, but it's not really my thing. So I don't do Roblox, and I really don't really do many multiplayer games. When I play warships, I play against bots because I just don't want to deal with people. I rather just get in, take some ships, do my own thing, and move on. There is another game that I've not gotten yet. It's a you guys have seen the one that I've done in the past on the stream where we go down in a submersible and explore the wreck. There's a new game. Well, I don't know how new it is, but it would be new to me. where you go and you can explore the wreck, and it's based on the Magellan scheme. Let's see. I've got that on my Steam wish list. I do not know if that is on other platforms. I just know for sure that it's on Steam. Mark says, "Go to F deck. I want to see the floor." We will go to F deck, Mark. Don't worry about that. Based on the what the Magellan scans, Matt. That is, if you remember, earlier this year during Titanic month, they put out Hulu put out a new documentary about these new scans that have been done of the wreck. That Park Stevenson was in this documentary, and they're called the Magellan scan. And there's a new game out or newer game out based on that, where you go down to the wreck. So, and you can see there's not much. There's no, they don't have as much interior in this game as Honor and Glory had. Now, I believe Honor and Glory is 50% of the ship. You can see this is pretty bare bones. All right. See, they don't even have the decks labeled. So let's go, keep going down. So here we are at the deck. They've at least got the purser's office in. And let's see, you can't get inside the purser's office. Oh, look at that. You can jump over the counter. Okay, now where's my package? Your package is at the bottom of the Atlantic. And here we go. We are down to D deck. So D deck reception, it's kind of bare bones. It reminds me more of Titanic Adventure Out of Time than it does Honor and Glory. So here's D deck. Let's go make it count. Let's see. So like I said, you can see it's a pretty bare bones, and I don't believe you can go beyond this door. You cannot. They've got this, but yeah, I think it is. I don't think we're going to be able to make it down the F deck, Mark, but we will still give it a try. So this is a room that's actually not available in Honor and Glory, but I wouldn't take this game as gospel as to how accurate it is in the show. These are just not much going on here. Let's see if we can hop this stairwell. We cannot. Yeah, so oh, wow, the galley. Yeah, again, though, Mark, I would take this game with a grain of salt as to how accurate they got the ship, at least in these back corridors. Let's see, I think, did we just pass the stairwell? We did. I'm not entirely sure how accurate this is. That was your hiding spot? Okay, let's see. Yeah, so it's barricaded off. You cannot go any lower than D deck. So let's go back up. We're gonna make our way back up to the boat deck, and we'll go check out the stern. Almost there. Yeah, definitely, Mark. Check out for more accuracy. Check out Honor and Glory for sure. I can't get through that door. Wonder if we can get out through the other side. I'm kind of stuck in here. Hmm, interesting. All right, well, let's do this. Main menu. I'm gonna show you guys just a quick glance of how it looks in the evening, so you guys can see this, because I know we haven't looked at this in a long time. We're not gonna play out the whole sinking though, but I want you guys to see what it looks like at night. There's no way to explore the ship just at night. There's just the sinking mode. But look at this. This is really not bad. This I think is this game shines with the nighttime. The syncing isn't accurate when you play. No, it is absolutely not accurate at all. Yeah, it does, Mark. It looks really good. Let's go look at the bridge. Let's see. So you can't go in the wheelhouse, the inner part of the bridge. It's cool. I start to learn my way around the ship. I remember I asked this question of you guys a few weeks ago. Who all thinks that if the ship existed today, could you navigate Titanic without the need for a map? I feel fairly confident in saying that I could. But yeah, look at that. Look, that's a nice shot. That's where this game looks really good. Mark, yes, definitely. Oh, look, there's our iceberg. I'll let you guys look at the collision. So you can see the iceberg is spotted. Let's see. Still looks like it's heading straight for it. I'm stuck. And you can see here it's going to hit. And there it goes. Big glancing across the berg. Hard to starboard. Yeah, well, you can't steer the ship. I mean, it hits no matter what. This is a sinking simulation, and like it's only going to be seconds before they already start lowering the lifeboats, which we know did not happen in real time. The first lifeboat wasn't actually launched until 12:45. The iceberg looks like clear plastic. Now you see the cutter was already swung out. Now that is correct. That is accurate. She would have had the cutters on both sides swung out throughout the voyage, but in no time at all, they're going to start swinging out the other boats in the simulation. Anna, you missed the collision. So you just in time to survive the sinking. Yep, we're all going to survive the sinking tonight, folks. But yeah, like I said, in mere minutes. Bean? Wow. Well, looks like I missed it too. Um, let's see. Did you fight with the cat or not? So if you are a guy and you want to get off this ship alive, you need to be over here on the starboard side to have any shot at surviving. Because as we know, we've said it many times. Um, First Officer William Murdoch was uh, operating the lifeboats on this side of the ship. Second Officer Charles Lightoller on the port side. Murdoch, yeah, interpreted Captain Smith's orders as women and children first, and if no more women were around, he would let men onto the boats. Over on the port side, over there on the other side of the ship, Lightoller interprets the rule as women and children only. It does not matter if there's not enough women and children, men are not getting on his boats. That was how he interpreted it. Yeah, Mark, with Murdoch, absolutely. And you can see they still haven't started launching the boats yet, unless they did it way back here aft. And no, it doesn't look like it. Let's head on over to the port side and see what's going on here. Officer Murdoch, I can I get on a lifeboat? I think that's what you're trying to say. And one of the things I always took issue with was people say, well, Captain Smith, oh, look at that. Oh, no, it's still there. The cutter's still there. That he wasn't very proactive during the sinking. I kind of called BS on that because he ordered the lifeboats repaired at midnight. He would not get the news from Andrews until another 25 minutes later at 12:25 that the ship was doomed and it was going to sink. So in that regard, he was absolutely proactive. I always felt like he kind of gets a bum rap in that regard. Let's go walk back here. So they're not launching as quickly as I seem to remember them launching. But that's all right because, like I said, we're not gonna watch the entire sinking. I mainly just wanted to show you guys how the ship looks at night in this game, and you can see I think it looks pretty good. It looks a lot better at night than it does in the day. And one of the things they get wrong, another thing they get wrong, is that you can still see the iceberg way out there. We know uh, not long after it cleared the iceberg, you could not see it. So they didn't get that right. Man overboard, and we can walk on water. So let's go out here. I think this is like of the games I've seen. This is probably the closest you get as far as how things might have looked on the actual night. It was it was a starlit night, no moon, as we know. So this, I think, would be the closest interpretation of what we've seen. Uh, ooh, looks like we had a little glitch there. And you saw the, I don't know if you guys saw a firework went off. Yeah, it's as close to accurate as we're gonna get. So anyway, let's we're gonna get out of that. We're coming close to wrap time here. And let me end that. All right. So, uh, we're just about to the end of our time for this week, guys. If you have not watched our footage, the new footage of the SS United States, that is on the channel. It came out this morning, so make sure you check that out if you haven't. And remember, our friends at the Buffalo Naval Park premiered a new video tonight at the same time that we went live. So if you have not, once we're done, if you don't have any other plans for the evening, or if you can delay them for a few minutes, go check out the Buffalo Naval Park's new video and support the Buffalo Naval Park. All right. So, content schedule is, as always, our random video shorts are Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock Central Time. Our weekly videos are 7 a.m. on Fridays, and our weekly 1 hour live stream is every Friday evening at 7 o'clock p.m. Uh, and that is all I've got for you guys for this week. So, uh, buddy, have a good night. Yes, buddy, you have a good night as well. Um, good night, Buffy. Who's Buffy? Have a great night, everyone. Yep, cool. You guys have a great weekend. Stay safe, stay happy, have fun, and uh, that is going to do us for this week. So until the next time, as always, you guys know the drill. Drive safe.